Hello, hello. We'll just give it a minute so some people can get in here. You finally caught alive. Welcome to Alive. What's up, Dubai? I spent a lot of time in Sharjah. That's close to Dubai. So, this is an interesting idea that I don't think we think about enough when we talk about this idea. And this idea that I want to talk about is reincarnation. A lot of us believe in this idea of reincarnation. Not everyone believes it, but like we can at least recognize that there seems to be this quality of within life that is like a cycle. You know, the cow eats the grass gets digested and turns into nutrients for the cow. The cow poops, and then that poop is nutrients for the soil and grows more plants. So, like, there's this weird cycle. We eat the earth, and then the earth eats us. So, so what is reincarnation? This is an interesting question because it's a lot deeper than just the idea of saying, like, I used to have some past life or I'm going to have some future life. Reincarnation, and we could talk about this. It would take us, like an academic, in-depth series to really fully understand all the different ideas of what reincarnation could be. But for me, like, I think that reincarnation does exist. Definitely, it exists in the sense that you are an energy right now, and when you die, that energy will become something else. To be dispersed in a different way and become the nutrients for other things to take life. But you can also look at reincarnation in the way, like, you can say stars. They always say, like, even scientists say this. They say billions of years ago, when the universe was heating up and all these different components were coming together in this giant chemistry pot, and stars were born, and then stars died. And when these stars died, it gave way for the nutrients to build planets and to build a life that now inhabits those planets. So, like, in a way, we are the reincarnation of stars. That's another way you can look at reincarnation. So, our past lives, in some literal sense, was that we were stars. And I always find it interesting. Well, for one, there's two things I find interesting about that. One thing I find interesting, well, I guess it's very interesting that we are that our past lives has this sort of evolutionary process that all of this stuff had to happen in order for us to be in this moment now. Stars exploding, all of the chaos of the bubbling of the universe as creation was taking form. And it's probably still happening. We're not the final product of the universe. We're just kind of in the middle of it. And in the middle of it is our little lives. And this the other thing I find very interesting is that, like, we just stop or we start at the stars. They say, like, we are the stars. The stars are our ancestors. The materials that make up our bodies are come from exploding stars. You always hear scientists and hippies sort of repeat this quote. But, like, why stop there? Why stop there? Like, if we are the stars, then we are equally the materials that made the stars. We are equally the material that holds the stars together. The space that encompasses the foundation of the star. We are equally that as we are the star. So how far can you trace that back? You keep going, you keep going, you keep going, you keep going. Like, eventually, do you just hit, like, a point of nothingness? Like, "Okay, yeah, I'm the star, but what came before the star? And then what came before that? And then what became" what do you just get back to God? And then that really leaves an interesting question on what reincarnation is, because then it says, like, really, then what are we? You know? We are just, like, in the afterlife of some mysterious starting point? If reincarnation is real, then this is the afterlife. You may have heard me say this if you watch my live streams or listen to my videos sometimes, but I've said that, like, I've said that damn, I'm stoned and lost my train of thought. What was consciousness before? I don't know. I guess consciousness has probably always just been this single point of potential. Within a single point of potential, there's like infinite variety. So much can take place within a single point. Like a hologram, for example. You can make infinite worlds exist within a single pointed hologram. Consciousness, I think, is the same way. Reincarnation is a flawed concept. Why do you say that? Sadhu Sant. Are there souls trapped in purgatory? That's an interesting question. I think, like, isn't that kind of what we are? Aren't we kind of in purgatory? Doesn't Earth, or maybe, maybe you tell me how you feel in the comments or in this live comments. Doesn't Earth feel like a waiting room? Like, I don't know what we're waiting for, but it seems like our lives are leading up to something. And what I was going to say before I had my stone moment of forgetfulness was that if life can happen, which it can because we're experiencing life, and I'm so sorry that I had that moment. Um, if life can happen, we're in that life right now, right? We see it. Life is possible. It makes sense that life is going to continue to happen even after you die. You're going to have another, you can have an experience because you're having an experience. So it makes sense that you will have another experience, that you will just always, that experience is inherent. It seems to be a quality of existence. You are in this existence. You can't, I don't think you escape it. I don't think death means that you escape anything. It's just like a shifting, a cycle. That existence, that consciousness that inhabits you right now, that makes up what you are in your core, goes on. Maybe all the things that it's currently identifying itself as sort of dissolve, get eaten by worms, and become flowers and you know whatever feeds the earth. But the energy that makes up what you are, that goes beyond your name, it goes beyond your storyline and stuff like that. That thing is eternal. That doesn't go away. And I also think, like, the awareness that, like, goes through your eyes and looks around right now, that also is like eternal in a way. And that thing, I think, it jumps from different lives. I do think, like, once you leave this body, a new experience emerges. I don't know what it's going to be like, but I know that it's at least possible to be a human. It's at least possible to have this experience, which is, like, crazy if you think, like, we are just having this. How lucky are we, for one, to be a human? We could have been any other animal. Look around on this earth. There's raccoons, there's fish, there's squirrels, there's pigeons, there's so many microorganisms, so many different things that we could have been born as, and we got blessed to be born as a human. We got blessed and sort of cursed. It's sort of a blessing and a curse to be in a position where we, like, are aware that we're self-aware, but we're not self-aware enough to know what actually is happening. We just, like, know, like, "Wait, we're just alive? We just woke up on this planet? Like, what the fuck?" Not one single person knows, like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like a Twilight Zone episode or something. How is it possible that you just are a baby one day, and then all of a sudden you're just on a planet? So, that's at least possible. You know, if you're like a scientist, you start with what's at least possible. So if life is possible, human life is possible, I think, like, why not? Why wouldn't there it would be crazy, it would be more crazy if it just stopped. I think it will continue. And what does that mean? If this is the afterlife, does that mean that, like, the things that we are naturally interested in, some people are, like, naturally gifted? Just saw a video on Instagram of this, like, 1.5-year-old playing piano, and he was, like, so good. He, like, actually understood the piano. Like, his hands were ambidextrous, and he was, like, able to I don't know, it was, like, amazing. Like, is that kid does that come from a past life? Does his brain just work in a different way? Like, I don't know. And then you have some people that say they can remember their past lives. For me, I don't have any specific memories of a past life. Like, I don't remember being like, I don't know, whoever. But something I do remember are my instincts. And I view instincts as being echoes of my past lives. Okay, like, my ancestors didn't necessarily live in the sort of world that we're living in now. Our ancestors, they had to fight animals and hunt and build little huts and sometimes be nomadic, for thousands of years and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Human beings have been around for a very long time. And for a majority of that time, we were living in a very uh harsh way. So all our ancestors, our past lives were encoding messages to us, which we are now experiencing in ways of, like, being afraid of the dark. We're screaming at ourselves from thousands of years ago, being like, "Yo, make sure you're careful when you're in the dark because you don't know what's there. There could be monsters under your bed." Why do you think we're afraid of big fangs and red eyes and shit? It's because, like, those monsters are the real animals our ancestors had to fight with, that our past lives had to fight. You had to look under your bed in case there's a anaconda under there. That's why we have these fears engraved into us and these instincts engraved into us. Intuition. I think our intuition, when you know something's a little off, and you usually do, we all have had that experience, like intuitive experiences where we're like, you just read somebody and you just read a situation or even have a premonition and you just have an intuitive feeling and it comes right. You're like, "Fuck, that was like some psychic shit." We've all had those experiences in life. And to me, I think these are all messages encoded in our DNA from our past lives. Or at least this is a possibility. I'm not like a firm believer in any of these ideas. And how weird, right? Say we really are the reincarnation of whatever that starting point was. If you're just joining the live stream, we were talking about earlier how you can trace our lives, our human lives, to stars exploding in the universe. And you hear science talk about this. We are stardust. And that's such a beautiful thing. But if you keep going, you're the thing that came before the stars, you're that thing, you're before that, before that, before that. And ultimately the you become the afterlife of some mysterious starting point where everything in existence just kind of made its way out of somehow, just slowly, slowly growing and changing. And it became you. Like, just entertain that idea. Maybe it doesn't have to be real, but just like think about that for a minute as if that is real. That like the universe just spent billions of years just unfolding mysteriously and just like this chaotic thing. No one knows why. And then boom, all of a sudden it turns into you. And you're just like, you're just scrolling on your phone or something, you know? Like, if that was true, if you knew that the universe took billions of years and it put in so much energetic work and so much intention and so much explosions and craziness, all to just come to the point where it's like you and you're just with your friends maybe, or you're falling in love, or you're angry, or you're arguing on Facebook about politics or something, and all of that stuff that happened for billions of years just led to you right here. Would you be doing what you're doing now if you knew that the universe did all of that just for you? Like, sometimes when I think about it like that, I'm like, I understand what it means not to let down my ancestors, or not even down my past life self, or even my past self in this life, you know? Like, even on an actual level, think about all the stuff our ancestors did for us. They were fighting off saber-toothed tigers, or just like, just traveling around the world, got in on boats for months, or up in trees, or developing bow and arrows, and just all these crazy innovative things that our human ancestors did to get us to this point where we now have skyscrapers and cities and Wi-Fi and electric cars and sonar and satellites, and people are talking about going to live on Mars. And it all started with like some guy figuring out he could make fire through rubbing sticks together, or stones. And I don't know, man, it's just like crazy to think that all of those little steps led to us. And I don't think about it all the time, but when I think about it, and then I'm just doing something wasteful with my day, I'm like, I'm letting all of those people down. I'm letting not only all those people down, but all of the forces in the universe are making it possible for this energy that's keeping me alive and keeping this earth alive and sustained. I'm almost letting all of that down when I'm not being the best version of myself, or like when I'm not really taking advantage of this life, you know? I don't think it's bad to be sad or to be angry, or I don't necessarily think those are wasteful emotions, but I think like we need to fully live this life. We need to like see this life for what it is, you know? Like, we just are fucking here. How are we? We're just in these bodies. We're here. We have such an opportunity. It's just a mystery, man. So like, why not see what it's about? You're gonna die anyway. That's written into the contract. So I don't think it's a game. I think we should take life serious. We should treat the planet well, take care of animals, take care of elderly people, take care of handicapped people, take care of our families, our parents, take care of ourselves. I think we should take all of that very serious. But at the same time, I think we shouldn't take it so serious that we forget that it is kind of a big cosmic joke, because this this thing that is the universe, if you think about it, okay, yeah, we're in the temporary part of the universe. We're changing. Every day we're changing. You look around, things are going crazy. The environment is changing, people are dying, you're getting older. We exist in the temporary part of the universe. But there's a part that strings all of this stuff together through time, that is like the foundation of it, that is eternal. And even if reincarnation is real, it doesn't matter how many lives we take. In all of those lives, that eternal part that holds all of those lives together is more us than any of those lives. Any identity that we can claim in this life is temporary, or it's only a small aspect of who you are. It doesn't actually explain who you are, because who you are is such a complex mystery full of expansive, vast, immense, unspeakable sweetness that it's just like, hey, the only thing you can do is just live your normal life, because how do you even live in that realization that like all of this is happening because of some cosmic thing? I mean, if God, okay, let's entertain the idea that God is real and our lives are happening because some super intelligence is just doing something for us. There's many ways to look at that situation, especially if it's aware and it can intervene. Is it better to just allow things to happen, or is it better to intervene? I'm actually curious what you guys say in the comments. Is it better to intervene in a situation, or is it better to just allow whatever is written into the contract of nature to unfold, just allow it to unfold? And actually, there's a third option, because you can say that you intervening is actually written in that contract also. But you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just, okay, so you are God. Should you intervene with what's happening in people? Like when people are like, God, please, like just give me love, or even bigger things, save my family from this problem or save myself from this problem, or you just let it happen. Let me know. Let's read some of these comments. Let it fall into place. Someone said intervene. Someone else said intervene. Someone said God has already intervened. Someone said, "Do you intervene in a movie?" That's an interesting answer. Do you intervene in a movie? Yeah, that's an interesting thing, because when you start getting into the deep esoteric yogic philosophies, they start saying like, "Hey, nothing's even happening, man. All that drama, all of this identity, on this attachment that you're just like stuck in, that's just stuff happening in your brain. Okay, reincarnation, yada, yada, yada. You're just stuck in this wheel of attachments. And that's keeping you taking bodies because you need to fulfill an attachment." Neem Karoli Baba said, if you think of a mango at the time of death, you're going to come back a fruit fly, because that's where your consciousness was at the time of death. And I don't think he was being serious. He was kind of just being kind of jokey, but in a way that is serious. It's just like where your consciousness is at the time of death. If you're just like lost in these attachments, you're going to take a body to fulfill those attachments. Oh, and someone asked, "Are we in purgatory now?" And that was interesting, because I want to come back to that, because I think we are. Or someone asked about purgatory, and I want to play with the idea that we are in purgatory right now. That this feels like a waiting room. like like this body is a vessel, and we are just slowly, like a boat, and we're on the ocean that we call time, and it's like guiding us somewhere. What really is going to happen when we die? We're all going to die. Everyone in this room right now, there's 300 people in this room. All of us are going to die. And like when you really, because when you really say that and you're like, you have to be serious because it's true. It doesn't matter how much money you make, how cool you are, what you look like, what kind of problems you have, what you did, what you didn't do. I mean, it matters a little bit, you know. You should do good things in life, but we're all gonna die, and I don't know. Like, it's just crazy that we we came to this earth and we know we're gonna die, but we're not like blessed with to know what or why. Why are we here? How did we get here? What's gonna happen? What are we even supposed to do in this life? Why did we come here? None of us know. That's why we just like give into our impulses. We just like have sex, we gamble, we eat bad, we do this, we do that, we do like anything for convenience. We always want more, easy, more, and fun. Because we don't have like we don't understand our divine purpose. Is there one? I guess we can make them up and that makes us live better, right? It gives us like a better reason to live, and that's where you get like people like Jesus or the Buddha. You know, these people come and they have these ideas and they're great ideas. But I love the Hindu idea. The Hindu says nothing's happening. Nothing is happening. What are you getting so lost in all the drama for? Like, do you freak out knowing that earthquakes exist and hurricanes and tsunamis and all these dramas? It's like this is just what the universe does. You know, there's black holes sucking in galaxies right now. This is what the universe does. As above, so below. Your life, your personal life, your mind is going to have these whirlwinds also. But this is just like this is a part of growing. You know, like when a little seed starts to crack its shell and like just sprout and it's got to just grow towards the sun and make its way through the dirt. It's a painful, confusing whirlwind of a process. Every step of our life is like that, you know? As we think we're like we're trying to become something always. We're always lost and trying to just become whatever, you know, we're chasing the light. And this is what keeps us jumping from life to life to life to life. But I find it interesting that the Hindu holy men, the sadhus in Hinduism, they just say like they just sit down and they just stop playing. They stop trying to become and they're just like they just be what they are. They don't jump from their impulses and attachments. They don't like want any crazy food. They don't wear clothes. They just meditate and just sit there. And this is so powerful because it's just like it breaks the cycle. It is the real revolution. But it's hard, you know? Like, do you want to stop playing the game? Are you willing to give up everything to just go sit somewhere, eat rice, drink water, just enough to, you know, to survive very simply, eat some bread, and you just sit there. You chant, you sing, you cook, you go for a walk sometimes, you whistle. You know, you don't have any phones, you don't have any family, you don't have friends. You're friendly, maybe you're not friendly. Whatever, you know, however your life. Are you ready for that? Are you ready to give up everything? No more movies. You don't have to either. But like to just completely people talk about killing the ego, man. Like, yeah, okay. You take some acid or whatever and you have an ego death, right? You melt into the oneness. You realize for once that something exists beyond your own self, beyond your own thoughts, that you actually exist beyond your own thoughts, that for your whole life you thought you were your thoughts and the things that you thought. But when those go away and you have an experience of, oh my God, I'm everything. When you have that thought, You know, that might change your life for a little bit. You become a deadhead or start a YouTube channel and going to India or something. But where is it now? Where is that dissolved ego that you were making YouTube videos talking about and bragging about? I'm talking just joking about myself. But it's interesting because like the sadhu, those guys are like that's the real, like we're just testing the waters. Let's be real. Any of us that think like we are big dog spirituality people or gurus on Instagram that are life coaches and stuff, like that's not real. Like the real deal stuff are these monks, these sadhus, these, I don't know, I guess like rabbis and friars, or I don't know all the different names, but all the holy men around the world, all the saints around the world. These are the people, man. The holy women. These the people that are just done playing the game and are just devoting themselves to God. And it's like, whatever if their religion is wrong. Who cares if Jesus isn't the answer or whatever's not the answer? It's not about that. What it's about is that there is a mystery that we are all a part of. And that mystery has a spiritual quality in which connects all of us. Somehow, despite our differences, despite the shit that makes us fight, whatever, we are in this universe together and it's crazy and it's a mystery. And when I think about that and I look into the eyes of another person and know that they're just stuck in that same mystery as I am, and they're just trying to figure it out. And whatever, maybe we came across some differences and we don't like each other or whatever, but like, or we love each other, whatever the circumstance is. Because equally, when I'm with someone I love and I'm thinking about that, like, yo, we're just in a universe right now. Like, think about like when you're with a girl you love. I know my homies in this chat room know what I'm talking about. When you're with a girl that you love and you just are like looking at her in the eyes and you think about all the things that are happening in the universe and how all of those things are happening. And then somehow it just like zooms in to you in her eyes. And it's just like, holy shit, man. How billions of years of cosmic chaos, and it's just wrapped together in this moment of this beautiful person that you are in love with. And what were we talking about? Sorry, I got overwhelmed with love. The moment. The moment and love. What's this right here? Oh, we just got a donation. Thank you for leaving a donation, especially on PayPal, because this platform we're using now takes a huge percentage for some reason, like half of it. You donate like $5, I only get like 2 of it. Appreciate you though for using PayPal. If you would like to donate to this YouTube channel or live stream, you may by checking the description below. Or you can donate on directly to the live stream if you're in here now. You know, I asked a someone is asking how Bhavani Baba is doing. Bhavani Baba is my spiritual teacher in India, one of my very good friends, and you know, there have been a lot of moments in my life, you know, battling along my spiritual journey. You know, it's a very up and down thing. It's not some orb of glowing love and light all the time, as Instagram may imply. The spiritual journey is like going through some wicked forest that has like swamps along the way. And there was like definitely beautiful things on the journey and on the path, but like it's very up and down. You know, you're very dirty when when you in the moments you find peace, you know, you're not like in a white, shining, pure, clean robe with a halo. Anyways, Bhavani Baba, I didn't think enlightenment was real, you know? There's been moments where I'm like, "Yeah, I do believe there's people that are enlightened." Then I believe there wasn't people that are enlightened because I'm like, "How can you be enlightened? What does that even mean?" But someone that's done playing the game, you know? I don't know if that means they're enlightened, but they're done playing the game. Like, they're going against the current. You know, you have all these things going on in your brain, all these attachments, all of these all of these impulses that we just let us, you know, take us through our lives. If you look around, look at our culture. Our culture is like salviates at the mouth at this kind of stuff. Turn on the TV, you know, it's everything is about marketing and selling us something. It's about keeping us in the character of impulse, keeping us in the character of consumerism, keeping us turn on the news. It keeps us in an identity that keeps us anchored into this world of bickering. I'm a Democrat, so I'm going to fight with the Republican. And they have us just in this lost world of bickering back and forth instead of acknowledging, like, yo, I don't need to play the game. So what I'm trying to say is Bhavani Baba is a person that's just not playing this game whatsoever, and I met him after 6 years traveling in India, and I really appreciate him, you know? I bought him a cell phone, I bought him an iPhone, and so we can talk, and he calls me sometimes. Thank you so much, Fern Dog. Fern Diggity, thank you so much for the donation, the 1111, and it's actually 212 right here in Detroit, so that's auspicious, baby. Hallelujah. To bring it back to reincarnation, Bhavani Baba, I asked him, or actually my friend Nick asked him, I believe, because my friend Nick had a friend that passed away. God rest his homie's soul. His friend committed suicide, I believe. And he asked Bhavani Baba, what happens to somebody that commits suicide? And Bhavani Baba said, you don't finish your karma when you have the free will to leave this life if you want. But you're in this life for a reason, and there's a karmic entanglement that brought you here, that brought your energy to be manifested in this place, and you need to work it out. And you know, you're being magnetized here for a reason. And when you choose to leave here, you don't necessarily fit. It's like quitting. It's like when you're on a construction job and you quit in the middle of it. And he was saying when you commit suicide, you get stuck in a hell world because you lost your purpose. And he says these people that commit suicide become these sort of vampire like spirits that are always just trying to possess people as a way to fulfill the karma that they had, as a way to like fulfill the actions that they didn't fulfill in life. So they wander in the spirit world just trying to like leech onto people as a way to like just start their engine again and fulfill some of that karmic contract that they originally had when they were doing the construction work. And I thought that was an interesting answer. Yeah, pray for their souls and send them peace for sure. What about people who overdose? Is that considered suicide? I would say no, unless they do it on purpose, I guess. What role does karma play in the theory of reincarnation? How does it affect the trajectory of the soul's journey? So I kind of mentioned it briefly in this talk, but what keeps you bound into this is the idea of karma. What keeps you bound into the cycle of reincarnation is karma. Karma is a Sanskrit word that translates into action. So, because we are in this constant state of action, this keeps us anchored into being somebody that's doing something. It keeps us anchored into an ego. You know, the ego needs to do something to validate itself. Ultimately, the ego is an illusion. And the ego wants to validate itself so much The ego wants to validate itself so much that it would create an entire universe to do it. It would create people, it would create live streams and Instagram reels and YouTube chats and everything. But it's not ultimately real. And this constant this constant pull that the ego has to validate itself and to create action and to do something keeps you taking life to life to life. It's like it makes you hitchhike. You're hitchhiking from life to life to life, trying to, or just like thinking you are something, which you are on some level. But there is a part behind all of that that's just eternal, and it's just watching all that changing stuff. And some people call that God. People call it Brahman. There's lots of different names for it. The source, the isness, just this background, right? There's this thing hiding. While all the universe changes, there's like an eternal aspect that's just not changing. And there is no reincarnation in that place. That's the place that holds reincarnation. So even if reincarnation is real, there is still there is still an aspect of it where it's like, okay, but what's after the afterlife? Because if we're just jumping from life to life to life to afterlife to afterlife to afterlife, what is the thing that's like behind that? Think about it this way, the Matrix, right? Neo's in the Matrix. He's living this life. He doesn't know. He starts getting these signs and he starts to have a spiritual awakening. Oh my God, dude, like none of this is all an illusion. My ego, which is Neo, was an illusion. This whole world is fake, but it was created to validate my Neo ego. He gets pulled out of the Matrix, right? And he sees, oh my God, that whole ego world I was living, that wasn't real. And now he's in like this machine world where they're harvesting his energy and stuff. That's just another life. But it still doesn't get to what the actual mystery is. What's behind that? You can't just go from life to life to life. What's the mystery that's holding all these lives together? There's something behind it. What is that thing that's behind it? And they call it samadhi, enlightenment. Who knows what it looks like back there? I don't know. I never peeked behind the wall, but they say it's real. So that's why the sadhu, to bring it back to your question, B, that's why the sadhu stops doing everything. That's why they're done playing the game. They don't play the game because karma means you have to be playing the game. And that keeps you in the chain of life, death, life, death, life, in this cycle of constantly taking birth. And the sadhu believe that the method of not playing, of being detached, not engaging with the ego, that it makes you merge into whatever's behind the wall. Sankit asked, what came first, existence or thought? What came first, existence or thought? What is existence? I think they're the same thing. I think thought and existence are actually the same word. Does it make sense? Okay, so you can think existence is the fish. Existence is the fish bowl. The thought is the fish. Let's try to look at it that way. What does that mean? Hold on. What's your question again? Let's go back up. What came first, existence or the thought? Okay, existence is the fishbowl, thought is the fish. You can't have the fishbowl without the fish. Can you have existence without the thought? Ooh, that's tough because it doesn't have to be like that. You don't have to look at thought as being the fish because you could look at existence as being that which exists. And thought is actually what creates that which exists. The ego, as we were talking about, constantly validates itself into existence. I'm Dakota. I'm in this life. I am this. This is my friends. This is what I like. I am this. This is what the ego does, right? I would say thought comes before existence, or okay, here's the three. Thought comes before existence, or they're the same thing. Thought and existence is the same thing, or existence came before thought. Maybe we're overthinking, or maybe we're overthinking. But hey, this why not? It's fun to overthink sometimes. It's called philosophy, baby. We're getting to the bottom of this, whatever this is. Hey, get some. We need some tacos in here, please. I'm getting my yaya to get some tacos for us. Sarap. Soft and crunchy. Marcos is asking the question, soft or crunchy. I said get Marcos. Marcos is asking because he wants both. We are forever owned by God. That's true. That is true. Ooh, how about that baklava? Don't even get me started, Spency. Don't get your boy started on this on that baklava. Is it that time? Someone brought it up. Yo, feel free to donate to the live stream if you want your boy to be out here eating baklava. I have an obsession with baklava as of my time recently living in Turkey, and it seems to be a part of my vital necessity to survive at this point now that I've been home for a couple of weeks in the United States. And yeah, if you would like to support me in eating baklava, feel free to donate to this YouTube channel. If you'd like to support these live streams, if you'd like to support me just like going real deep about basic questions unnecessarily, feel free to donate. If you would like to donate to a charity, I have a very great charity that I would love for you to donate. Depends on donate to whichever one you like out of these options. But thecommunitygarden.org is a nonprofit charity that I'm working with. I'm helping them organize programs and do this and do that. And we're going to do some really beautiful things, and it's just now starting. And all the donations that you can offer, even if it's like $1 or something, it will be very helpful in the future, and you'll really be helping people that need it. And if you would like to come on an adventure retreat with the community garden, you can go to thecommunitygarden.org/retreats and see which retreats are coming up. There is one coming up in Peru, September 10th to 16th. I'll be there. If you want to come join me. We go to Machu Picchu. We go to all these different archaeological sites, and we have a psychedelic ceremony. Shh! Don't tell mom. Don't tell mom. And it's going to be amazing. So, or you can just donate a couple dollars if you want to donate a couple dollars, whatever. Thecommunitygarden.org. All the donation options are there. It's about helping poor people, helping communities that need help, amplifying beautiful traditions that are at risk or need some sort of extra help. That's what it's about. You try to come to Peru, please come to Peru. Thecommunitygarden.org. Go book it. Any other questions? Do we want to keep talking about reincarnation, the afterlife, or God, or this life, or the same kind of just like boring regurgitations I constantly spew on this channel? Ooh, Jade, my girl, coming in with the question, what created God? I don't know. Like I just like I can't think of any good answer. I guess it just is always it just never was. It just is always there, I guess. I don't know. Yo, Jazzy, thank you so much for the donation. But it's like for real though, like how did it just it was just always there? How can it just always be there forever? And how is it just eternally there, unchanging, yet I'm here and I'm changing? I'm in the eternal. It's like layers, man. It's flipped up. And like we're just thrown into it with no idea. But I'm blessed. God. I believe in God though, you know? I do believe in God. I don't know what it means. Like I don't know what God, I don't think God wants me to do anything. I just think it wants me to do whatever I'm doing. That's why it's allowing me to do anything I want to do, you know? It gives me all the tools and strength and energy. And as long as I do good things, I feel supported by whatever that divine energy is, you know? I feel like as long as I'm on a good path, good things seem to happen, good things seem to unfold. And equally, like when I'm on a bad path, when I'm like just indulging in like my sadness and stuff, it seems like sadness is everywhere when I do that. Is you there? It's like, okay, you're gonna take this sincerely. This is your dream. You're gonna be passionate about this right now and go full all in. Let's go all in. And it seems to support you along the way. At least I found that in my own life, you know. Does that mean God is real? I don't know if that means God is real or not. But for me, it feels like I have a relationship with something, and that something is bigger than form. It's like when you love someone, you know, like when you have a friend or a girlfriend or a boyfriend and you love them, it's like it's bigger than the form. Like the love, it transcends the body. Like it's so big that like sometimes you just want to explode because you love someone so much. And I feel like I have a relationship with something that's just out there, you know? It's actually just everywhere. Like that love you feel when you love someone that's just so big you can't contain. There are moments where I just feel that and it's not dependent on anything that I'm around. It's just like overwhelming love and a faith of like, oh yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Like this universe is safe and that no matter how crazy this life gets, it's always safe. That on the other side of pain is safety in eternal bliss. What are some questions? Get some good questions to hear in the chat. Let's do another hour. We've been in the chat for an or in the live stream for an hour. Let's bust out another hour. Do we got it? We got it in us, but let's get some good questions. Something different. I always feel like I'm always talking about the same stuff over and over. You guys asking the same questions over and over. But I guess what else is there to talk about? You know, like it just shows like how the ego is. It's just like how do you get bored talking about God? Like, oh, can we talk about something else? Flip else you want to talk about? What is the most important lesson you have learned? Oof, I don't know. That would take me a long time to figure out. My important lesson is that all you need to be happy in this life is somebody to love and a big pile of dirt and a joint, a couple joints, enough joints to last. What place is your favorite? Thank you, Brittany, for the question. What place is your favorite that you? What place is my favorite? I love a lot of places. I feel like every place I go, I'm like, damn, I could live here. Philippines, Thailand, Mexico, Turkey. Like every place is very amazing. Realistically, I really like Philippines. I really like Thailand. You see, I like Philippines because it's a bit more westernized. They're mostly Catholic. They have tacos. Some of the Tagalog words are Spanish words. Is a kind of a culture I'm familiar with, but it's also at the same time like an exotic island. It's got exotic island, and it is a different culture. They have their own unique flavor and traditions, and so I can see myself living in the Philippines. Um, I'm going to buy land or a house in Turkey and turn it into a hotel. Me and my friends. I have a friend that lives in Şanlıurfa. He's one of my best friends, and we just decided like to team up and like do a business. I want to change his life and help him out and give him opportunities and stuff like that. So we were like, yeah, let's do this. Let's open a hotel next to Göbekli Tepe. So we're working on that a little bit. We got some money saved up, and we're waiting for a good piece of property to pop up. So I don't know if I'll settle down in Turkey, but there would definitely be some stuff that anchors me to Turkey for the next decade of my life, at least. Um, Mexico. My mom wants to move to Mexico, so I might end up there. You know, I think we'll probably keep the house in Detroit, and then I hope I can make enough money in my life to buy her a house in Mexico and live there with her and my family. Hopefully buy a big enough house. Ideally, you know what the ideal life would be? Would be to have like a compound of houses. You have like four houses, a big yard, and like the four houses have like a court where y'all like barbecue and hang out. Kids play, a couple trees and tire swing. But your mom and her husband, your mom and your dad, they have their own little place. You and your girl got your own place with your kids. Your fucking brother or sister, they got their place. Your fucking homie's got the place across. That's the ideal life. Just like some real life tribe stuff. What is my opinion on holy cows? I find it super interesting. Why does everyone consider the cow holy. Not everyone, but like, some of these powerful spiritual practices that like when you think of spirituality or mysticism, what are the things you think of instantly? Egypt, India. What are two things that link India and Egypt together? They both worship the cows. There's the Serapeum in Egypt, underground in Saqqara. These granite stones weigh 100 tons. 100 tons. Let me see how much 100 tons weighs. How much is 100 tons? Yes, Chat GPT. 100 tons is the equivalent to the weight of approximately 50 average sized cars. These people took dozens and dozens of these 100-ton granite blocks from Aswan, 400 miles away, somehow moved them all the way to Lower Egypt, and then carved underground tunnels and chambers underneath Saqqara. It's not natural; they carved it, and then somehow dragged these 100-ton, dozens and dozens and dozens of granite blocks and put them into these chambers. It's just crazy. And they say they did it because of their holy cow ibis. Who knows why, Is it because of the mushroom? Is it because the cows produce the poop that grows the holy mushroom? Something I find interesting while being in Egypt is that in Dendera, in the temple of Hathor, there is mushrooms carved into the side of the temple wall. And this was a holy place. Normal people weren't allowed. This was only the holy people, pharaohs and the royal people were allowed to enter the chambers and enter this compound. Now, of course, thousands of years later, there's a tourist destination. But hidden amongst the hieroglyphs in the walls are mushrooms. Who is Hathor? Hathor, I believe I have a Hathor statue right here. Hathor is the cow god. And there's mushrooms carved into the cow temple. We find this in India also. You find all the gods, most of the gods have a companion cow. Something interesting, Hindu gods are often blue, like psilocybin mushrooms. Who knows for sure, It's just funny little ideas. Oh shit, I said we're going to do another hour, didn't I? Better get comfortable. Okay, a quick advertisement. Hello, my name is Dakota. This is my YouTube channel, Dakota of Earth. I'm sure everyone on the live stream knows who I am, but if you somehow stumbled across this video and you've made it this far, hello. I would like to promote to you a book I wrote. It's called, and those of you that don't know, I wrote a book called Barefoot Like the Earth. You can go to barefootliktheearth.com to buy it, or go to amazon.com and type that in, or type in my name, Dakota Wint. And this is a poetry book I wrote for the last decade of my life. I started writing it in 2010. I stopped writing it, or sorry, 2012 was the first entry, I believe. And then the last entry, or shit, was it? Fuck, sorry. This is a bad advertisement. 2010 was the first entry. 2022 was the last entry. So basically a decade of my life is in these pages. What I'm trying to get at is I would love for you to support me and buy this book. If you like poetry, if you like spiritual ideas and concepts, all of that is in here. If you like travel, that is in here too. Let me read you one. I think you might enjoy it. Okay. Barefoot Like the Earth by Dakota. That's me. Okay. This one right here is called, come on, give me a good one. Give me Okay, this one is called Earth Dream. I don't remember this one, but I'm going to go for it. Hopefully it's good. I wonder, who are the people in my dreams? Am I the people in my dreams? And does the floor me too? Why would this world be any different? The world above is the world below, and it all fades into something else eventually. Dreams are not shrug-worthy happenings, and this life is not a shrug-worthy happening. We live in so many places at once, and eventually we forget them all. From the wakefulness of life to the flash of a dream to the blackness of sleep. We surrender our authority to the temporary arising reality that we find ourselves bewildered with in whatever moment. But look closely. There is one unchanging constant through which you flow eternally. What you're looking for is what's looking. Who can say what this life is? Maybe it is not something to be said, but something to be felt. All of it's you, and you have no idea. That was written in 2020, in January 2020. Okay, one more. This one is a romantic one, okay? Please buy this book. I had a dream that hundreds of coyotes burned down my house last night. The entire sky was covered in smoke. It always feels like time is leading up to something, but it just keeps going, going. She took a hit from a joint that she had covered by the side of her hair, and she said, I believe if two people are sincere enough, they can find each other in the afterlife. I just smile and nod because she doesn't realize that's what's happening. She wouldn't pass it. Red eye babe, you're not who you think you are. The earth is alive and magic is real. That was written in a village in Peru, Libertad, in February of 2020. So check it out. Barefoot Like the Earth. Barefoot Like the Earth is the poetry of spiritual awakening and the hardships of the human journey and the mystery of being alive. Check it out. Look how cool the cover is. Made by Paula Duro, one of my favorite artists. She made this cover and is very cool. Am I going to do signed versions? Yeah, I'll do signed versions. They're going to come this coming week. Follow me on Instagram, Dakota Wint, if you would like a signed version of that book, because you can't get them on Amazon. Follow me on Instagram and be on the lookout in my stories, and I'll make a post about it too. But I'm getting the copies hopefully this week, this coming week, and I'll be able to sign them myself. Okay, let's get back to the live stream. What you got for me, guys? You guys got any interesting questions that can get me on a rant? What is the difference between religion and spirituality? This is a cool question because spirituality is sort of an inherent component to religion, but religion is not an inherent component to spirituality. But spirituality produces religion or religious ideas or sort of dogmatic ideas, because these ideas are actually methods as a way to achieve spiritual feelings, to achieve spiritual clarity, realization. Religion religion is what happens after spiritual experience. Maybe you have an intense traumatic experience. Maybe you fast. Maybe it's an initiatory experience within your culture. Maybe you have a near death experience. Maybe you have a natural psychic experience, or maybe something just happens in your life and you find yourself realizing spirituality. No religion is necessarily required for this, but religions can act as methods to guide you. They can act as tools, as pathways to lead you towards spiritual awakening, towards spiritual feelings and realization. In ways, they're the same, but ultimately they're not the same. Spirituality is actually all is truth. Spirituality is just what reality is. You are a spiritual person just because that is what this reality is made of spirit. It's not about spirituality is not about having flowers in your hair and whatever. Spirituality is about like that the mystery that makes up this world is what we call spirit. And when you get confronted with the truth that you are this spirit, you just want to put flowers in your hair. That's just a byproduct of it because you're like, damn, fucking this world is lit, baby. Let's get it. So, um, people build religions, create religions as methods to achieve spirituality. Same, but different. What do I think about the declining birth rate? God damn it. It's looking like the declining number of people in this chat. So, I decided that when I'm going to travel now, I feel like I've been wasting time. I've been spending time in Turkey. I've been spending. I love baklava. To go back to baklava. If you want to donate to my baklava fund, you can donate to my baklava fund. Shout out. Okay, but so I've been feeling like I've been wasting time in these countries because I love tamales. I love baklava. I love dolma, sarma. Give it to me. Tacos. I can probably make tacos, but tamales, sopes, horchata. I decided I'm going to start taking cooking classes and learning how to make these foods because I want to make tamales. I don't want to always just like when I'm in Turkey, I don't want to have to struggle to make tamales or to find tamales because there's no Mexicans in Turkey. When I'm in, wherever, I just want to know how to be a self-sufficient tamale maker or chata maker or I don't know, pad thai. When I'm in Thailand, I want to learn how to make pad thai. Because if I have a girl over one day and she's like, "Oh, I'm hungry," and then boom, I'm like, I bust out some bomb pad thai. It's game over, And just in my life, sometimes you just want bomb pad thai for yourself, impress yourself. The guys in here know what I'm talking about, and the girls in here know what I'm talking about too. Don't act like you don't. I know all of you in here want some pad thai right now, and would love it, if you had some. If someone just busted some out. Jade knows. What's my love life like? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Imagine uh the perfect peanut butter and jelly sandwich. There you go. Now imagine that perfect peanut butter sandwich, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Imagine it like falling in the side of someone's seat in their car and it kind of goes behind. So now it's on the floor in the back seat And the person was like, "Damn, I must have left it on the counter." And then they go home, after forgetting about it, and then they don't even realize that it wasn't on the counter, and they just go on with life, and they forgot about it. And then it just kinda starts, I don't know, just sitting in the back seat, just kinda forgotten, and then now it's the beginning of summer, and it's been a week and 2 weeks, and it's like, not like mold is just starting to get all over it, and, like, at one point, it was hopeful, and at one point, it was just, like, looking really good. You're like, "Damn, we're getting out of this thing alive and good." And then, just the universe had different plans. And yeah, I guess my love life is a bit like that. Watching instructional videos on YouTube of how to cook, I didn't think about that. That's interesting. But I want to learn hands on. First, I learn hands on, and then I go to the YouTube to expand my repertoire. Where did I cut my hair? Um, I don't know. It's just like it's time for something new. Life is always changing. And I want to see what happens when I change it, when I invite change. Yeah, yeah, I loved having long hair. I loved having long hair. But am I my long hair? I'm not my long hair. I gotta love myself without my long hair? I actually think I could get waves. I wouldn't mind getting a do-rag. Hey, I have a P.O. box. If any of you guys ever want to send me something, I have this box of stuff. I feel so bad. I got this box of stuff that I have never opened because I wanted to make a video about it. And I haven't had the opportunity. I'm just never home to open it. I haven't been in the United States in like a year and a half. People sent me these packages in the mail to open, and I haven't opened them yet. But if you want to send me a package and have me, I'll open it on camera. I promise I will actually. Once I get off this live stream, I'll actually open some of them. This one's from France. Okay, let's open one of them on camera. We'll open this one on camera now on live stream. So if you want to send me something, please do. I'll open it, and I would love for you to send me some art, maybe something I can hang in my room, something beautiful that you do. If you knit, or I don't know if you make something, or candy. You want to send me candy? I like all types of candy, anything, but preferably very cool art. Or if you like do something very cool, send it to me, and I might even make a whole video about you. Okay, let's open this one. See what's inside this. Oh, nice. How nice. Or if you want to just give me gifts, like what this person seems to have done. They got me a Joni Mitchell album. I think this is Ladies of the Canyon. I love Joni Mitchell. I'm a huge Joni Mitchell fan. I have this album and I love this album. And I love that I have now two of them. The first song, Morningtown, Morning Morgantown. When morning comes to Morgantown, the merchants roll their awnings down. The milk trucks make their morning rounds in morning Morgantown. Yeah, it's a record, a Joni Mitchell record. I love Joni Mitchell. I have a tattoo on my arm for her. It says Joni. I grew up in this stuff, baby. Joni Mitchell, you better represent or recognize. You better recognize and represent. Joni, we love you. I got a signed Joni Mitchell thing right over here. And they also sent this book. Oh, Siddharth. I never read this book, but I've heard good things. And they give me a note. I've heard this book is good. I'm going to travel with this book. I'm going to put it in my backpack. So, like, when I go to India or Mexico and Peru soon, I'm going to take this with me. Who sent this? Got to have your name in here somewhere. Oh, man. They wrote like a really long letter. Chloe. Thank you so much, Chloe. I took this picture in May. Look, I'm going to read this for you, guys. Thank you for the book, Chloe. Dear Dakota, September 30th, 2021. I took this picture in May on an island off the coast of Washington with a population of only a few hundred. There's no gas stations, no street lights, no traffic signs, and there's only one restaurant. The Lumi tribe used it as a fishing ground in the summer. But now it's mostly for hermit artists and conspiracy theorists to smoke weed and have romances in peace. I was watching an older video of yours and you had mentioned you had a PO box and that people could send cool art to. I just said that to you guys too. Send your cool art and candy and other cool gifts to me. Por favor. Even though I feel an entire symphony of cacophonous observations, feelings, and epiphanies are crying out in my chest and in my head every day, it's very hard for me to let it all out through art. I hate almost everything I make. This picture almost captures itself, though, through, and I truly love it. This picture captures itself, though, and I truly love it. It's a little picture that says "Free your mind." It's like a car that's driving by, and the car has a sign on top of itself, and it says "Free your mind." My spiritual practice has basically just been going for long walks and listening to Ram Dass and flipping through Be Here Now and pouting that I missed the 60s. When I found you, it was like a spark ignited in my heart because I realized that there was someone my own age seeking, like I am seeking. Ram Dass, Krishna Das, Alan Watts, Terrence McKenna, Jack Cornfield, Duncan Trussell. I love these guys, but they're old men, you know? I would rather go along as you walk the path than hear about the path from these old masters. I'm running out of room, so I better explain everything in this package. A copy of my favorite book, Siddhartha. I felt in my mind, I felt my mind take an escalator to a new place of awareness while reading this, and I hope you love it as well. I also packaged an old Joni Mitchell album from my collection after you mentioned you mentioned liking her poetic lyrics in a podcast. And lastly, a page ripped from my journal cuz that's kind of easing me into art. I wish I had more, but that's enough for now. Sorry for the smudges. Namaste from Chloe. Shout out to Chloe. Thank you so much, Chloe. And thank you so much for ripping out this page in your book. It's very cool. And that is definitely art. Poetry and expressing yourself in a journal is some of like the most artistic stuff possible. That's like the soul, trying to just say what it needs to say. Is that selfish? I want to open one more. Can I open one more? Or should we move on to something else? You guys choose. Do we open one more or we just talk about something else? All right, one more. Okay, there's this big black one right here. Or there's this one right here that's from Paris. Again, if you would like to send something to me, please send something to me. It's Dakota at P.O. Box 706, Allen Park, Michigan 48101. Dakota, P.O. Box 706, Allen Park 48180. Which one, Paris or the big blackie? Paris or El Negro? Ooh. Ooh, come on, guys. What we got? Okay, we'll open the big one. I think it's going to be a piece of art. I guess that makes sense given I said, hey, send me some cool art. Let me zoom this camera out. You guys make it so hard to open. Ah. Okay. See. All right, this is it. This is the big reveal right here. Oh damn! They taped this. They taped it in here too. Okay, it's not the big reveal yet. Hold on. Let me lower this. Okay. Dakota Post Office Box, P.O. Box 706, Allen Park, Michigan 48101. What? Okay, hold on. Let me read this first. Wow, it's really long. Okay. Sorry for my sloppy handwriting. You would think an artist would have better, but I digress. I hope this package reached you well. Thank you. Thank you so much for your offer to share these prints of my art. It is extremely kind of you. Check these out right here. This is Nate Seamaster. This is my boy Nate right here. CS Seamster. Nate Seamster. He's been creating art like this since 1998. Damn, Nate, how old are you, dog? This is my boy right here. No, okay, Nate Seamster art. Check these out right here, you guys. These are very cool, psychedelic, trippy art. Oh wow, these are like he only made 40 of these prints, and he gave me one of them. He says you can find his art on Google or Facebook, Nate Seamster Art. Or where's his website? I just seen it somewhere. Seamster Nate is his Instagram. nfagifts.com. He says you can purchase some stuff there. But what is this thing here? Oh shit. Wow. Hold on. Hold on. We got something else right here. Just when I thought it was done. This is very generous, Nate. This is perfect. This is exactly the kind of stuff I was thinking of. Because one day I'm gonna have my own house and stuff, and I would love to have just cool art from you guys. I think this is original. I don't think this is a print. This one too. Hold on, there's more though. There's not. Oh shit! There's not just those two. Dang! Imagine sitting there doing that. I mean, yeah, these are definitely original. Imagine like having to sit there, each one of those little squares. Dang, Nate, I'm very honored that you would that you would send these to me. These must have taken a very long time. 4 out of 26, though. Maybe it is a, or does he just make 26 of them? Or maybe it's not original. It looks original to me. I don't know. I can't tell. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't think it's original. I think I lied. I think they're just prints. Because now that I'm looking at like the lines right here on like the edgings, like there's no mistakes. Anyways, it's still cool. I'm sure it took him a long time either way. And that's our boy right there. Thank you so much, Nate. That boy was an artist in his past life. All right, whatever. Let's do this last one. This Perry one. There's a box of stuff here. Oh, it's a book. The Great Illusion of Well-Being by Fabi. Let's read something in it real quick. This is from Fabi. Wrote me a little nice thing in here, asking me to do an interview. From food springs forth, by food is sustained, and in food it merges when life departs. The me, which identifies itself with a body, giving the impression of a living separately from other bodies. Other me's is nothing without the sensation it perceives and stores. And if I am nothing, then me does not exist, life would not exist. What we eat is not only edible food, but sensations or information, allowing me to entertain itself by projecting new images. Like any hallucination, this phenomenal role playing depends on our full absorption of information and beliefs. I am what I eat means that we are the creators of our film, our body, and that the food we eat will transform us for better or for worse. Are we really masters of what we eat? Artificial intelligence appears on our screens today in the form of personalized recommendations derived from our past activity. Likewise, me suggests what it wants to eat by filtering out the present options based on a past sensation. The more you eat the same food, the more your mind will desire that food. You will get used to it, and it will become a part of you, your history, your relationships. On the other hand, when you ingest new, unknown foods, the mind projects new or strange sensations. Some plants or mushrooms can even alter your apparent world. Any food influences what we any food influences what we perceive through the senses and therefore our emotions and thoughts. A childhood taste or smell can be trigger for emotions. What transforms your metabolism transforms the images projected by the brain, your inner and outer world. Fabi, The Great Illusions of Well-Being. Cool book, brother. Thank you so much for sending that to me. From Paris. Oh, this one right here. This isn't from a subscriber or from a viewer. This is actually something I bought. Check this out. This is what I think it is. This is some next level stuff right here, boys. This right here is worth a lot. I plan to sell this and donate the profits to the nonprofit, the community garden. So for like $1,000 or something. So basically, first let me open it and see if it's what I think it is, and then I'll give you the backstory. What do you guys think it is? A brick of hash, you said? Could be. Never know with me. I'll give someone $1,000 if they can guess what this is. You'll never guess in a million years. Nope, not a book, not a puzzle. Oh shit, this isn't not what I was hoping it was, but this is something similar. Come on. God damn it. Apparently. Oh, I wanted to show you guys the other one. This one's still cool. Oh, I give up trying to open that thing. We'll open it later. There's another painting in there. But there's a painting. Oh shit, maybe they're both right here actually. It's a Keith Haring painting. If you guys know who Keith Haring is. Haring? On the back, it says authorized by the estate of Keith Haring, Keith Haring Collection, Keith Haring Foundation, all the stamps of approval. Yeah, it's original. What is this shit here? right here. This is like a certificate of authentication, I guess, from 2020. Comes from Spain. Okay, this one too, right here. Check this one out. Because this one is just something I bought. This, I think, is what I was trying to show you guys. Oh, yeah, baby. This is it right here. Check this out. So, this is going to blow your mind. This is an original Andy Warhol sketch of the Queen. And I have two of them. And I plan to sell these. Some old guy died, and he had all these this art. I bought them. Ooh, I kind of paid a lot of money for them, but I'm hoping to make my money back. I spent. There was a period in Andy Warhol's life where he was doing these sketches of the Queen. And yeah, I guess I don't know. I got two of them. The idea is to make about to sell them $800 a piece or more, and then use however much it was to use that money towards the charity, the community garden. So it's 1600 for both of them. Right there, baby, Andy Warhol. I paid a little bit less than that, but more or less the same. Thecommunitygarden.org. That's the charity, baby. That's our charity. All you guys in here, you all need to rock the community garden. Gonna get t-shirts made. There's a lot of us in here, you know, we can make us a little change in our communities and our own little lives and stuff like that. And the community garden is a place that I'm working hard on, this nonprofit. And the team and myself, we're gonna build like a center, and you know, it'll have a farm there. Really, what it's for is it's for the Mazatec people in Mexico, so that they have a safe place to continue practicing their ceremonies, because it's kind of a dying culture in a way. Not that it's dying fully, you know, like people are still, but they're not. The kids aren't learning the language or the new culture. So in a way, it is dying. And the goal is to build a center and allow the shamans to use it for free. And also, it'll have a small museum giving some history of the different tribes in Mexico, particularly their tribe. And, but it'll also just be a place where anyone can come, you know, all you guys can come. We begin our little commune. But this is one project that the nonprofit is going to be working on. Cultural preservation is one of the big the big components of what the goal is, the mission, cultural preservation. Helping these endangered cultures that are important, that have something to offer the world. That they need help and that we should sustain them. We're gonna put efforts towards that. I'm like 5 hours from the nearest Mazatec tribe. How can I help? Um, well, I'm working specifically with a woman named Hasmin, and she's the shaman. Her mother was Julieta Casimiro. Let's say her name, Julieta Casimiro, who was a spiritual leader. Julieta Casimiro. She was like her mother and a shaman and a big leader of the community there. And she and her siblings have kind of are being taking on the role of continuing the legacy of her mother, continuing the legacy of their traditions. And I'm working with them. We're thinking of doing projects of like teaching kids in school, like educational programs of their language, because their school doesn't teach their language; it just only teaches Spanish. So we want to teach the Mazatec language and also some of the cosmology, some of the original traditions and the original ideas from their ancestors. And I can't imagine that it's that expensive to integrate a class into the school, even if it's something small. So this is one of the programs we're looking to do. I don't know how you can help. You let me know how you think you can help, and we'll find a way for you to do that. But there's opportunities. Yeah, there's definitely going to be opportunities for anyone to help. If you are interested in helping, then like figure out how you think you can be useful, and then join the team. Put it down like a tribe. I do what I do, you do what you do, and then together we build this empire. We help some people that need to be helped. We save this over here because it's useful for humanity, and then boom, we are living in paradise, or at least our idea of paradise. Why do Italian people say gabagoo? You ever wonder that? It's the real questions. Now I'm obsessed with opening all these packages. There's another one right here. Should we keep going? Should we open another one? Or should I wait and like give the rest of these their own video? Agabagoo. What do you guys think? Open or wait? Just open it. All right. You said it. Okay, okay. You guys said it. So this is from a guy named Ben Pasternak. And it looks like this is his book, Ben Pasternak's book. It's it's more than I'm ready for. Like full little drawings, and those who mind don't matter. The only way out is through. You are growing stronger, grasshopper. You have so much to learn still. So it looks like he just drew all these kind of little designs and put some quotes on there. Pretty cool. Shout out to my boy. Thank you so much for sending your book to me. Thank you so much for making a book. Yeah, send me your art, man. Like if you're making something cool in life and you want me to have it, I would love to have it. I'd be honored. I actually put it right here with all my other books. With the Siddhartha book that we just got. And the other Fabi's book. Damn, we're getting booked. We're getting bricked booked over here. Booked up. You just lost your job? Oh shit. That's all right. There's a lot of jobs out there. Okay, here's a good one. Here's one right here from triaalchemy.com. All right, Tria Alchemy, what you got for me? What you got for me? What you got for me? Tria Alchemy. Gonna open ya. Oh damn! It looked like it was like some liquid, and the liquid exploded. Oh yeah, there's like broken glass and stuff in there. Ooh, sorry boys, but your package didn't do so well in the mail. There's shattered glass everywhere, and it's all wet. I appreciate you though. The bro tried to wet bandit me up in here. Hold on a second. What is this right here? This says love, serve, remember. This is from Ramdas. Ooh, ooh, child. Oh, say it isn't so. It says "Be here now" on it. And how do they know? It's my color. Oh yeah, I needed that Baba Ramdas shirt right there. I'm gonna wear that for the rest of my life. Oh, it's a bunch of Maharaji stickers. Bunch of tiny little Maharaji stickers. What's this? Oh, it's Ram Dass's new book. You Are the Universe. Dang, how fancy. It's got his own little box and stuff. It's just for the book. Oh, wait, this isn't a book. What is this? What is this? Little picture of Durga. That's nice. Oh, wow, look. Little drawing of a Maharaji. That is actually Ram Dass's puja in his house. I've seen it in person. Here we have Siddhi Ma. Siddhi Ma. I got to meet her just before she died in India. Look at that, Ram Dass. Wow, how cool is this? Anandamaya Ma. Wow, this is Kenchi Dam. This is Neem Curly Baba, Little Hanuman Monkey, and Kenchi Dam. I've been here. When I first went to India, this is where I stayed. This is the ashram I stayed in. How beautiful. Gives me flashbacks. Let's see if there's anything else in this box. LSD, a journey into the asked, the answered, and the unknown. Commemorative edition. Richard Alpert, Ram Dass, Sidney Cohen. Dang, this might be the best box I just had sitting in my room. I didn't even know it was there. Please do a video on Sihima. I would love to do a video on Sihima. I will, actually. Thank you for the suggestion. Oh, look, a calendar. 2023 calendar. We're already halfway in the year, but still. It's a Ram Dass Teachings of Ram Dass Be Here Now calendar. Let's see what June says. June. We all affect the world. Every moment, our thoughts and actions matter because we're all so deeply interconnected. June. That's us, baby. That's us being interconnected right now. Oh, man. How blessed are we to have had Ram Dass in our lives? Wow, what a package. That was very cool. What a great way to end this live stream. We're at 2 hours now. Thank you to the Ram Dass people for that amazing package. I can't wait to go through this cool book. I love these pictures. Wow, man, how cool. Thank you guys for hanging out and watching that with me. If you would like to send stuff, send stuff. Go back into the name. What's the fucking name? Sorry. Go back into the Rewind the chat. Rewind this live stream and look at the name of the address. Okay. I love all y'all very much. Maybe we come back and do a live later. I know I always say that, but maybe we do it today. Who knows, you know? There's always an opportunity. I got to go make some lunch. Your boys out. Peace out. Love you guys. Om. Hara Hara Mahadev.